So either we're falling into some deep trap here, or he just blundered a pre-pawn here. Hello everyone, Molton here and welcome back to this series of rapid games where I'll be playing slightly longer time controls, 15-10, so I can talk you through some of my thought process when I'm playing and also point out any mistakes which I run into from opponents as well. And win, lose or draw, I always have a look in the analysis to see where we can improve on from there. So here in this particular game, let's go for a Queen's Gambit, which is fairly popular at all levels. So we have to move pawn to e6. The Queen's Gambit declined. So here we can go for the move knight f3, which would go into a Catalan. So that's an option. Or we could play the move knight c3 is another option. Okay, let's go for the move knight to c3 in this particular game. And after the move knight here, let's take the pawn, go into somewhat of a Carlsbad pawn structure. If he takes it, we'll play the move bishop to g5. So this is a very good option for those of you who want something against the Queen's Gambit declined. It's a very effective way of playing, especially in this particular move order where we haven't yet committed our knight to f3. We have some extra options as white where we can sort of play e3, develop the knight to e2 and play f3 instead. So knight bd7, so he wants to go for this classic trap where we capture the pawn, knight takes, capture the queen, and then this would in fact lose to bishop to b4 check. So let's not go into that trap. So let's just play the move pawn to e3. So usually black will follow through with the move bishop to e7 or bishop to d6. So now why can't we capture the pawn on d5? Does the trap still work? Okay, so if we capture the pawn on d5 in this particular position, then knight takes, then we capture the queen. And if he throws in the bishop check on b4, there can't we play the move king to e2? Is there any further tricks there for black? I mean, first glance, it doesn't look like it. It looks like we can play the move queen to b3, even drop our king back to d1, where it should be completely safe. Is there any possibility of a bishop going to a6? But then we can maybe play f3 and then slide the king across. I mean, I don't really see it. So why can't we take? Is there some c6 idea in this position? But after the move pawn to c6, we have bishop takes attacking the queen. If he goes knight takes, then we can capture the knight with check and then play a3 if we want to. We can also just drop the knight back. I really don't see this one. So either we're falling into some deep trap here, or he just blundered a pre-pawn here. Take, take, take. Check here. Does he castle? Does he take here? But take there, I play queen b3 again. Yeah, I don't see it. So he's going to have to show us, and if we're falling into a trap, well, that's just unlucky. But we're going to take the pawn and see. Was thinking for longer than a couple of seconds, which is a good sign. Might have meant that it's not a trap here at all. Okay. Okay, so if we drop our knight back here, he might have some queen a5 and some tactics on our bishop. Do we want to keep our bishop or do we not want to keep our bishop? I sort of want to keep the bishop. I don't want to actually give that bishop away for free. Okay, so I'm just going to drop the knight back. If he plays queen a5, we can always give up the bishop there if we really need to. Okay, so castles. Bishop to d3. So here we should just be pawn up. So we just need to be a little bit careful here, and then we can consolidate our position, and we should be good here after we castle. So knight b6. Okay, let's just develop our piece. Do we develop the knight to f3 or to this square? Or does it really not matter? So just because we're playing this particular line, I tend to prefer to develop the knight to this square. Castles. I might have to watch out for some bishop takes h2, knight g4 ideas there. So okay, let's go this square instead. Don't want to get Greek gift. Next we castle, play e4, e5. Bishop g4, we have h3. Bishop to b4. So we can stop bishop to g4 here with the move pawn to h3. I don't think that's a threat. Or just castle. Yeah, well, he's just wasting a lot of time here with his moves. He's wasted a lot of moves. So e4, e5. Yeah, I think he sort of fell into his own opening trap this game. He was trying to stop me from wanting me to take the pawn on d5, but then it actually ended up working for me after knight takes d5. So the bishop's gone b4, d6, and back to b4. Well, now I just play e5 and I should be completely winning. If g5, I might even be able to sacrifice the knight. That looks very, very tempting. I probably will do it as well. So if g5 takes, bishop takes, hitting the knight. Queen takes d4, there was also bishop h7, but bishop g4, okay, that's a free piece. I just take. Okay, so I just take here. Some mating threads. So I just take here. Rook d8, have bishop takes. Yeah, I just take here. Okay, can we just threaten checkmate here? Force him to play queen e7. He might not even defend and just resign here. Queen e7, rook e1. Yeah, okay, so we just take. Rook check. Should be made in a few moves, I assume. So where's the checkmate? So just bishop check. So I think we have check, check here, king c7 check, and that should be winning. So knight back, we have knight takes mate. Okay, so let's just double check that in the opening book here. So for those of you who haven't used the opening book, you can switch it here, and it's very, very handy. So let's just check. Okay, so we definitely cannot take the knight, the pawn on d4 in this position. So yeah, knight takes d5, pretty much everyone is losing. So e3 was correct, and here, yeah, bishop d6 is a mistake. After bishop d6, then you can play knight takes d5, and that's a free pawn. So he should have played c6 here, or bishop e7. Okay, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next game.